Awesome. Looks like we are online. Welcome, everyone. How are y'all doing? This is our live after our solo cruising with Virgin Voyages. But as promised, go get your drink. Let's cheers together to another season, to inspiring each other to travel, to adventure, to go explore this world and just have fun, meet people, meet new cultures. That's what life is about. And that's what I have this channel here to inspire you to have the courage to get out there. Don't wait for nobody. Don't wait for a friend. Don't wait for your man. Take that solo travel, take that leap, go on that adventure. So, cheers, everyone. Let's see who is getting here. I'm also gonna invite Instagram in. So let me go put Instagram on. Awesome. We have hi Instagram. Come join us on YouTube because here is where we're gonna give away a free checklist for your cruise where you know everything that is specific to Virgin Voyages. All you have to pack for their parties, their events, and there are some items that only Virgin Voyages allow you to bring on board. And everything is detailed in my list, including things you need to do before your cruise, during your cruise, and right at debarkation. So all those tips are in this free ebook for you that are in this live today. So stay to the end. That's where I'm going to give you the link to download your PDF. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Come on in, everyone. Again, grab your drink. Let's have a sip together. Let's talk about cruising solo with Virgin Voyages. What a trip. So for those who are new to the channel, I normally travel in a camper van solo, exploring and doing activities around the US. If you go back on the channel, they're all separated in playlists. First season, you will take a trip around the island of Maui with me. Second season, I take you right here to my home in Florida. And we go to the Florida Keys. So that is a very easy. If you come to Florida to go explore the parks, because that's what everyone comes to do, take some time to see some other beauty, our springs, and especially the Florida Keys and one of the most beautiful national parks we have here, Dry Tortugas. I have all those tips in that season. Season 2, Florida Keys. You can rent that camper van in Miami and follow my footprints. So, this mini season, I wanted to take you all on a different experience because this channel focus on empowering all my females out there to travel solo. Yes, sorry guys, you can get plenty of tips here, but I'm specifically talking to my ladies to not wait for anyone. Don't wait for your friends. Don't wait for a man to show up or for your man to go with you. You can totally be. Here's the first. Okay, I'm going to jump right into questions. A question someone sent me is traveling solo, does it mean you're single? Well, I'm going to answer that in a very tricky way. Solo and single, it's funny because this is also something curious, a topic that popped up in one of our solo meetings in the cruise. Solo and single, they are not the same thing, everyone. You can be married, you can have your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and you can travel solo because it is an opportunity for you to dive within yourself, explore outside the box and the comfort zone that you have with your partner or traveling with your friends. Traveling solo is an experience I cannot recommend enough for anyone to have. You will learn so much about yourself, things that you're capable of, things you're not capable of. It's very clear to define those lines of what you like and what you don't like doing because you're not trying to please anyone that is traveling with you or let me accommodate and let's go do what they want to do. When you travel solo, you're truly exploring what you like doing, what you dislike doing, and you get to learn so much about yourself. um Oh, I got lost here for a minute. But anyways, so this channel is a lot of empowerment for my females to get out there and do this. Anyone watching this channel, you can get plenty of tips about travel. So this is a recap of this cruising solo with Virgin Voyages. There were so many questions you all sent me on Instagram. So thank you, Insta, for sending those questions again. Jump right here on YouTube. You're peeking right behind the computer here. But here on YouTube is where you're gonna get access to the PDF with all this checklist and tips about cruising with Virgin Voyages at the end of this live. So let's jump right in. One of the questions you all ask me, and I have my little cheat sheet over here. Why cruise solo? It is, again, I guess I just answered the question, right? They mentioned, I love doing a friend's cruise every year. Why do you choose to go solo? Again, going with friends, yes. I love traveling with friends. And to be honest, once you start traveling solo more, it's kind of a slippery slope because it is a level of freedom, a level of independence, a level of just learning to be comfortable with yourself and confident in what you want to do. That sometimes it's hard when I'm traveling with friends that I need to remember how to be flexible again. But being solo, again, it's about those discoveries. It's about pushing your limits. It's experiences you would not have if you had someone with you. If I'm traveling with friends, yeah, I might make other friends in the cruise, right? Or in the travel. But when you are alone, you're more prone to meet people and talk to other people. And I feel I've met and I've made so many friends. And a lot of you, some of you I see are here in the live today. And it was a pleasure meeting you. And I love talking to you all. And that's one of the beauties of traveling solo, is meeting other people, other cultures out there, learning about them, and just having the time and being open to have that conversation. Versus when you're traveling with your partner or with your friend, you're constantly catching up with them or having conversations with them and focusing on each other. And you might miss an amazing person right by your side that you could meet. So this is why traveling solo. Let's see. Question number 2. What surprised you in this cruise? I'm actually going to choose to answer what surprised me in this cruise with another question because they kind of go together. Let me find it. Oh, yeah. This was the more like repeated asked. And guys, I made an episode about this. Come on. Can you go back and watch too? How wild is an all-adult cruise and how wild is to be solo in that kind of situation? A lot of questions related to that. So I'm answering both. What surprised me is I was really open to see, how wild this was going to be. And I was like, you know what? I have my own cabin. If this is uncomfortable and super wild and like drunk people all over the boat, and if I just don't feel comfortable, I can always enjoy relaxing my cabin, watch a movie, go to, something milder than the parties. So I was open to experiencing new things, but I also had this backup plan that if I felt uncomfortable, I had, my own cabin to go back to. And what surprised me is there's this whole talk about, oh my God, Virgin Voyages, all adult cruise is so wild. It's not, you all. Like, even some of the videos you might have watched and some of the wild things that, yes, I did, they were not wild at all. It was just part of what the moment is, which we're going to get to talk about Scarlet Night. So hold that thought. But it was not like I did not have any uncomfortable moment with like people just like obsessively hitting on me or being annoying. It was more like nice, friendly conversations. I did not have to deal with any super drunk person. That's what surprised me. It was very enjoyable, and it was really up to you. You can make as wild or you can make as chilled as you want this cruise to be. And one thing that surprised me is how cool it is. An all-adult cruise with no kids running around. I mean, I cruise with Disney a lot. For those of you who know, I work at Disney, so I get a great discount with them. And I love the Disney cruises. And people always ask me, oh, aren't they all about kids and all of that? No, because they have their tailored corner for kids. But again, how great it was to not hear a scream or a kid crying the entire cruise. And not only that, you realize that when you go on an all adults cruise, all the activities, all the dinners, all the shows, everything is catered to adults, which on another side makes someone that has FOMO, fear of missing out, be a little desperate, because if you want to do everything, you're not. Here's the disclaimer for this cruise. You're not going to be able to do all the activities, all the classes, see all the shows, because all of this is happening at the same time. Because again, all of this is catered to you, the adults. So that is one of the things that surprised me, how incredible that was. It took me almost this entire cruise, the first few days, right? It was a 5-day cruise. The first few days, it was really learning the ship. And one cool thing I learned about Virgin is all their different ships, they have the same layout, but they have different shows and entertainment and activities inside of them. So what excites me about doing another cruise is now I know the ship, so I can enjoy more where I'm going, knowing the direction inside the ship. Because y'all that cruise know it takes a couple of days to learn where's aft and where's the the opposite direction. So yeah, that's another thing that surprised me, how an all-adult cruise, you can feel really excited about all the activities, you have the options to go. Their restaurants were fantastic, very different than any other cruise. Is just like you are in your town and you have different restaurants to book. I give a lot of tips on the restaurants episode. That was the most watched episode this season, because I really will break it down for you. How do you book it? What is important in each one of them? I cannot recommend enough that you do gambé on the first night, just because it's so much fun. You sit in a table with other people, so you're already forced to make new friendships. And there's no way you won't, because it started as a super fun night. Good thing to know is you can book your restaurants 45 days once you book your cruise. So for 45 days to the sailing day, you can go on the app and book your restaurant. So the first things you want to do is you book your cruise, you should download the app, and you should start doing all the check-ins. Here's golden tip for this live today. Virgin Voyages has a late embarkation in the afternoon, and the only way you can do your embarkation, like schedule that a little earlier, is being one of the first ones to finish your online check-in and schedule your booking, your check-in time. So the earlier you do that, the better chances you have to enter the cruise around 2:30 versus the 3:30, 4:30 p.m. Other ways you can do the embarkation early is if you upgrade to a rock star level, a super rock star. So those are levels of people that travel a lot more times with Virgin, and you can pay separately for those experiences. As well as there is, I forgot the name of the package, but I did write it down. It is Splash of Romance. You can pay for the Splash of Romance and check in earlier, and also get a bottle of bubbly with that. It's about $250 for that. So if that's valuable to you, that's something that you can do. But yeah, finishing the question, those are the things that surprise me. You can really gauge this cruise to what you want it to be. Let's get on the next question. Let's see. Did you make friends? Yeah, I don't think you know me. So absolutely, you make friends. Another really cool thing about Virgin Voyages is they encourage a solo traveler. And this is another reason why I did this cruise. Uh, as you know, I travel solo to wherever, in whatever experience, right? With a camper van, on a plane, however that is. But I never did a cruise because you normally have to pay for two people in a cabin to close that cabin. And come on, who has that kind of money? So I'm not there yet. And then a friend of mine, actually, uh, the son of my neighbor, he is a travel agent. Shout out to you, Billy. Thank you so much. And he told me, no, Virgin Voyages has deals for solo travelers, and they also have a cabin just for solo travelers. So here's a tip for you. If you're looking to travel solo in a cruise, this is the cruise that you can do it. You can look on their website and look for that solo cabin that has just one bed. It's the cheapest way to go on the ship. Although that type of cabin is only sea view or inside, so you cannot get a balcony. And why am I saying that? My favorite part of this cruise was that red hammock, traditional from Virgin Voyages, that you sit on the balcony. And I cannot explain. Like the experience is just another level. I grew up in Brazil, taking my naps in the hammock in the beach in the afternoon. So that's something that bring me back to my roots, and having the ocean water right there, in your balcony. That definitely was a plus to the experience. So I strongly recommend for you to upgrade to a balcony view. You can do that solo. There's a deal for solos. You end up paying about 1.25 or 1.5 of a room. But if you go on the episodes of the season, I teach you exactly how to book that room. And also, there are ways for you to search, and they come about $1,800 for 5 to a week cruise. Not bad price for a one person traveling solo. Let's check on the questions here. Scarlet Night. Let's talk about Scarlet Night. So that is the night I allowed myself to go wild, if you say, because again, beauty of watching all these videos here on YouTube and getting all the information is I researched so much about this cruise before I went that I knew there's a pool party connected with Scarlet Night. And a lot of people just end up in the pool because, come on, people, it is a pool party. So why not? So I had my dress and swimsuits underneath because I knew I was going to end up in that pool. And so I did. So we were all dancing and partying in the pool, and people start jumping in the pool, and there Selena goes. And to be honest, it was a lot of fun to do that. It was just, and it sounds crazy, looks crazy. It was so normal, and it was fun. And after that, Scarlet Night is never over. It is the party of Virgin Voyages. It is, if you don't know much about this cruise, you probably know about Scarlet Night because everyone knows about it. But it's so cool because there's a whole mystical story behind this night. And the entire night is about Scarlet Night. You walk out of your cabin at night in the cruise, and all the corridors, the lights are red. Everything is red. That's the main theme, and it puts you in that mode. There's no formal night in Virgin Voyages cruise, but there is dress red for Scarlet Night. So everyone dresses red. And then there are shows around the ship that will explain all the mystical story. There's an octopus, and there's a story with the moon. And I love all that mystical part of things. So I really enjoy watching the little show they had, the teaching about Scarlet Night. If you're not gonna do anything crazy or party or anything like that in your cruise, just plan for Scarlet Night because it's a staple of Virgin Voyages, and it's such an experience. And you can do as little or as much as you want, and make sure you end up in the pool. Come on, make the best out of this cruise. And something really cool that happened in Scarlet Night is, so another different thing about Virgin Voyages, you do not have a cruise director. In most other cruises you go, there is that one person who's the cruise director that gives you all the information about the parties and things on the ship. Virgin Voyages, you have a group of people called the Happenings Cast. So the Happenings Cast, one of them, Chris, was the one who was in our solo meetups. They're going to be hosting all these different events throughout the ship. And they have secret pins, like exclusive pins of Virgin Voyages ship. And it's exclusive to them and to the ship. So you only get this pin if you really catch the attention of the Happenings Cast as being there, celebrating life and making the best out of your trip. And on Scarlet Night, we got a hype pin I showed in the video. So that was really cool. So again, just make the best out of Scarlet Night. Go all out, then relax. Next day, hydrate and just restart your cruise again. So yeah, it was just a good time. They provide a lot of opportunity for you to meet people. There are tons of solo meetups. I definitely recommend you traveling solo, go to that first solo meetup. As soon as you get on your cabin, again, watch these episodes because I tell you all the secrets on how to speed up that process, sign up for secret classes and things like that. But discover what time it is, the first solo meetup. Go to that one because you're going to meet people right away. And then you go to the sail away party. And from that moment on, it didn't feel like I was alone in the cruise because I had all my friends. And every time I would walk in the ship, I would find more friends. And intentionally, the solo meetup and the solo crew, they also plan for dinners. So everyone who's solo can come and join in the dinners with them. I purposely, and I recommend this too, go to your dinners by yourself because you're going to meet other people in these dinners. So Ganbei is one of them because you sit in a big table with other people. It's a Korean barbecue style restaurant. Amazing. And it's just a great opportunity, again, for you to be open to meet other people. Test Kitchen was another one that I sat in a sort of bar area and I met other people as well. But for the other ones, for Razzle Dazzle, you sit by yourself. For the Wake, you sit by yourself. I miss the Italian restaurants, so next ship I need to try it. But those you sit by yourself. So maybe for those, I would join the solo crew and go have dinner with the group. But yeah, those are all other ways for you to meet other people and make friendships. For me, joining in the classes was a way to meet other people. I had a lot of fun at Bimini in the We Run This Beach. It was such a fun activity, going back to your childhood, literally making sandcastles. So if you haven't watched the Bimini episode, jump into it. Again, there's plenty of ways for you to connect with other people, meet other people. What a great opportunity and have a lot of fun. So I literally had the time of my life. And a tip before you leave that cruise, they give you discounts for booking a next one if you put some money down before you leave the cruise. So if you're going on your first sail, make sure you go and check this out before you leave the cruise. You can do all in the app. And I put down $150 for my next cruise, and I will get $150 back for my next cruise as well in a discount. Also, talking about $150, I have $150 for you who are watching all these episodes. If you're watching all of them, cheers. There is $150 bar tab from me to you. There's a QR code in the episodes. Just scan and book your cruise through that QR code. And instantly, once you do the check-in, that $150 will drop in your account to use in the bar. So cheers. You can use in the bar. You can use for specialty coffee, which was really good. And this I need to discover. Someone told me at the end of the cruise you could use on shopping as well. So if any of you do that with the $150 I'm giving you, please come back in the comments and let me know, because I'm curious if that work. I got 100 for my cruise. So I'm so sad. I did not know me. But anyways, I don't drink that much, but the specialty coffee with Bailey's in the morning, fantastic. And that's how I used my bar tab. Also, Virgin Voyages only, you can bring 2 bottles of wine on board. And a lot of people don't know, actually, I didn't know this until after my cruise. You can take that bottle of wine to the restaurants and they will not charge you a corking fee. So again, tips that if you don't watch this and if you don't do your research, you miss out. So I'm happy that you are here and doing your research about your trip. And I really hope that you just are open to the experiences and that you make the best out of your cruise. If you have any questions, come back here. Let me know those questions. I'll be watching. I get notifications for any episode. You leave me comments and I try to respond to all of them. I love helping you all with travel, with your planning. That's what I love doing. That's what this channel is here for. If you have any questions about the solo traveling, let me know. Any questions you have, please continue sending them away. Talking about questions, let me make sure I answered all of them. Let's see. Packing. Yes. Packing tips. Wait, because I'm giving you the entire packing list at the end of this live for free. So stick to the end because you're taking home a free packing list plus a full page of itinerary tips. So you know exactly what you need to do at check-in, during the cruise, and before checkout, so you don't miss out. Instagram, if y'all joining in there, come hop here with us on YouTube because that's where all of this is going down. There's a link in my bio. Just click on the YouTube there and come join us here. All right, let's see what else. Tips I wish I knew. I think I've been sharing them all, but I wrote a list of things I didn't want to forget to tell you all. Let me double check. The solo meetup, we talked about that. Classes. I think about now I told you. Oh, here's a good tip. Talking here about researching, watching these videos before your cruise, right? As I mentioned, if you are a FOMO person like me, fear of missing out, this research is what's going to set you up for success. I watched these videos of all these YouTubers that went on the cruise. I wrote down all these tips that I have literally been giving them all to you in the season and today in this live. So go back, paper, pen, write them out. And the best thing that you can do to plan to make the most out of your cruise is number 1, before you travel, you want to go on Virgin Voyages website and you want to search for your specific ship. For mine, so mine was the Valiant Lady. So I went on the Valiant Lady and you can see the activities that are available for that ship. It doesn't mean that we'll have all those exact shows and activities because that exact schedule comes out more permanently when you're boarding the cruise, which we'll get there. So homework number 1 is research your ship. See what shows are available, what restaurants are available. You can look at the menus. So this way you can start narrowing down your decisions. That is how, for example, I eliminated the Italian restaurant because for the number of nights I had, I couldn't do all of them. So that's the way I made some choices. Then I start writing down all the classes I was interested in doing, all the shows I was interested in watching, all the activities I found fun and I wanted to do. And that's when I realized a lot of them overlap with each other. So my tip is, I literally, as you can see, I organize my life in Post-its. So funny enough, I wrote all those activities in individual Post-its, and then I made a grid on my wall with all the days of the cruise. And then on the ones that they overlapped, I was like, Should I do this? Should I do that? Oh, wait, this one I can do on Thursday as well. And I don't really like that activity, so I'm going to put here. So that's literally how I played with the puzzle of making the perfect cruise for myself. Once you have that all sketched out, then you can go on the app and see what can you book in advance. So again, your restaurants you can book 45 days before sailing, and a lot of the activities and some of the shows, some things you can too, not everything. Most everything will only open up when you get into the ship and you jump into Virgin Voyages Wi-Fi. So that is why a lot of those people that checked in earlier, they will have advantage and they will book those classes. And there is one that is the most popular. I really wanted to do the bungee jump class. And I got in the ship and I started doing other things and I didn't think it was that crazy. And I missed it because when I went on the app, it was already taken. So having the list of what you want to sign up for, and then getting in the cruise, and first thing, getting in that Wi-Fi, then you know exactly what you want to sign up for. You're not going to be lost in all those options that show to you, and you don't know what you're going to do this day and this time. So again, pre-plan, then have it all written down, make your decisions, narrow it down. And when you get on the cruise, book what is only available to book on the Virgin Wi-Fi. This is the best tip I can give you to make your perfect cruise. So get on the when you get on the ship, you want to do that. Also, you have to watch a safety video on your cabin, and you cannot do anything. Like your cabin won't even work. The lights won't turn on until you watch that video. So get in your cabin, turn that safety video on, jump on the Wi-Fi, start picking your stuff. That's the golden tip I'm going to leave here for you. Let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Be spontaneous too. You can pre-book all these dinners, and if you decide doing something else, you can cancel. And for my solo travelers, I was able to join in every restaurant I showed up that I didn't have a reservation or my reservation was in a different time. I was able to show up and join. Super easy to find a solo table. That was really, really great. And that's to our advantage. Let's see. Oh, what else is cool? The beds. If you're traveling with a friend and you're not partners, you're not a couple, something really cool that Virgin Voyages do in their cabins is you can have a queen bed set up, or you can split the queen bed into singles, and you can even put more people in the room because they can do bunk beds. So take a look at that. That was something that was very different from the other cruise ships. It's like Legos. You can play as you want to go. Let me see. Do y'all have any questions here? Send them my way. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for being here. All right. Now we're just past the 30 minutes on this live, and I want to keep this short and sweet. So I promised you I was going to give you a little hint of what's happening with this channel, right? If you joined us in this cruise season, that's going to be something very different because I am very inspired for the van life, but I love my corporate job. And all those people are like, I left the corporate job, I left everything behind, I hopped in a van and went to live my best life. Beautiful. I love that for you. But I wanted to have both. I wanted to keep my corporate job and travel in van life. So I figured out how to rent camper vans and travel around the US and internationally. That might be in the future of the channel. Let's put good energy into that. But that's what I do in this channel. I rent a camper van. I travel solo. I inspire you to go to all of these adventures. And I give very intricate tips of what you can do in places. I love when people watch my first season, Hawaii, and they tell me, Selena, what Hawaii is that you went? Because I went there and I didn't find any of those things. So stay tuned. I really hope I inspire you to find some very unique experiences that you can live in these places. I'm really into the national parks right now here in the US. So I'm kind of creating a little goal for myself. It might be I don't know if I want to go to every single one of them, but I want to go to most of them. So I just bought my year pass for the national parks. And this next season, everyone, we are going to visit the most remote national park in the US. And we're also going to visit the largest underground national park. Do you know which one those are? Send me in the comments here. Which one is the most remote national park in the US? Which one is the largest underground national park? And if you know those answers, you can see where they're located. You might know where we're going next season. Because yes, we are renting a camper van. We are getting back on the road. We're going to hit some hikes and crazy adventures. And oh my God, doing hikes in Hawaii, I already got into some bad situations, right? I learned a lot. I promise you all, I took all the yelling you all sent me through the first season where I was not prepared for those hikes. So now I'm doing them a lot more safer and prepared. So stop yelling at me, I promise. But hiking in Hawaii and hiking inland. The list of wild animals you can encounter in these hikes. So for the first time, I went to do a hike where I may have encountered, you ready for the list? A black bear, a mountain lion, tarantulas, and if y'all know me, you know I have a very bad phobia that I pass out when I see tarantulas since high school. So that's not fun. I don't know why, but that just happens. I see one, my vision goes black, and there goes Selena. So that was very nerve-wracking for knowing I could see one in one of my hikes, and I don't know what was going to happen to me. So yeah, definitely watch those episodes because, I might be giving away what happened. So tarantulas was on the list. Rattlesnakes, like wild was the, like when I saw the other end, like you can find coyotes and you can see this that you normally would be afraid of. I was like, okay, I really hope I see coyotes only, you know. So come watch this next season. I can't wait. This is starting next week, next Sunday. But something special for you all that are here. We are going to watch an entire trailer that you can see moments of the season. And I'm dropping that trailer. Put in your calendar tomorrow at noon. And tomorrow at noon is also the last time you can claim your free ebook with the packing list for Virgin Voyages cruises. So if you're ready, now I'm going to give you all the tips to get the ebook. Thank you for staying all the way up here with me. So you deserve this. And then I'm going to tell you before we hang up, the biggest change for this channel in this next season. All right, so for the ebook, oh wait, do you want to take a look at this ebook? Let me show you all because I have it open in here. So let me share my screen with you all. And I need you to let me know if you can see my screen. Let me find where that is. Hold on a moment. I have so many tabs open. My coworker always, hi Scott, are you around? He always makes fun of me because I have like 10,000 tabs open in my computer, and this is another one of those moments. Let me see if it's in here. Well, let's go on this one. Let's show you. So this is the ebook, the packing list. You can print. This is going to be a nice PDF version for you to download and print. So you got a little introduction and some tips from me. You have all the links that you can click in here as well. Then you have an itinerary of everything you must know, all the tips that I've been giving you. So in this itinerary page, you can get all those tips saved of what you need to do before you embark, during your cruise, before you check out. Then you get into a page with a specific checklist of what to pack for Virgin Voyages. And then a general cruising list of items you will most likely forget. They're all on this list for you. So talk about success. We'll get you all packed, all ready to go on your cruise. Now let me find, where did you all go? This is great, but not here. That's where you all are. Okay, can you see me again? All right, so here's how you get this list. You're gonna go on my Instagram. I'm gonna put right here in the chat. So the Instagram is Let's Adventure all together. Just remember, van is VAN for a camper van. So Let's Adventure.ofc for official. So let's, no apostrophe, all together. Adventure, ADVANTURE.ofc. So come check out our Instagram page. Hey, Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you already know what to do. And then you're gonna follow the channel and send me a message saying live. And that's all you need to do. And I'll send a link to this free PDF that you can print and be ready to have the most successful Virgin Voyages trip. Cheers, everyone. All right, so to get your free ebook, your free packing list, the ultimate packing list, that's what I'm calling it, you have to do that by when the trailer goes live tomorrow at noon. So any messages I receive from right now until tomorrow at noon is when you're gonna get that free ebook download. If it's past that, you have to pay a small fee. But right now, for free. So go make sure you take advantage of that. Even if you're not traveling with a cruise right now, that is a timeless packing sheet with all the details and tips that people don't know about Virgin Voyages, so you can make the best of it. So just go, if you're here in this live, why not? Just guarantee that, download your PDF. And next season, something that has never happened in this channel, I invited someone to travel with me. And we are gonna have me and a friend breaking my solo rule in the camper van. And how did that go? Well, I hope you're ready to see, because next Sunday we have the first episode, and tomorrow, come take a peek at noon of what the season will bring to you. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate your support. Again, send me any questions, any comments you have, anything you want to see in this channel, and I'll get back to you. And I'll see you tomorrow at noon for our peak of the next season. I'll see you in season 3, everyone. Actually, leave me a comment. Where do you think season 3 will be with those tips I gave you? The most remote USA national park and the largest underground national park. Also, you can see the Marfa lights. What are Marfa lights? Well, you definitely need to join next season, and I'll see you there. Thank you all so much for staying with me. Bye, everyone. All right, Instagram, go back to you.